Maybe you've thought about investing in companies like Facebook, Tesla, Google, Apple, but they're all listed in the US and you don't live there. So why should you even consider investing in the US stock market? And how can you invest in US stock market? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So watch till the end and remember to give us a like. First off, why should you even invest in US stocks when you don't even live there? Well, they say that the best way to invest in stocks is to invest in businesses whose product you are using and you understand. So just look around you. The things that you're using, your computer, your mobile devices, is it an Apple product? Maybe not. Maybe you're an Android user. Hello Google customer. Maybe you're using Windows. That's Microsoft right there. By the way, you must be watching this through YouTube, right? Thanks for using Google again. I'm a shareholder of Google. Our modern day lifestyle is so integrated with technology. Most of us are so familiar with these tech products and can't even imagine living without it. Just try living a day without any social media apps or Google. And whether you like it or not, many of these companies who own these technologies are businesses that are listed in the US stock market. So if you want to invest in businesses that you are familiar with, you will likely end up in the US stock market. Secondly is the crazy growth opportunity. Tesla is listed in the US stock market and it grew by 700% in the year 2020. That means that if you just invested 1000 USD into Tesla, today it's going to be worth 7000 USD. Certainly, we don't expect this kind of crazy increase every year. But the point is, the US stock market is the home to many of the big leading tech companies who are bringing innovative solutions to change the way we live, like electric vehicles, solar energy, genomics, and even space exploration. Do you know that now there's a technology that can edit your genes to cure certain illness like born blindness? Yes, gene editing. That's a crazy thing, right? If you have told me this 10 years ago, I will think that you're crazy. I kind of sound crazy just hearing myself saying that actually. But it's true. It's really happening. The world is advancing much faster than we can imagine. And those companies leading these crazy innovations are mostly listed in the US stock market. So if you do not want to miss out on the next big wave of investment opportunities that are led by leading innovative solutions, you have to consider investing in the US stock market. When it comes to stock investing, there is always risk. And as a prudent investor, our goal is to minimize the risk of losses and increase the potential profit of our investment. And one risk that is really hard to avoid is what we would call a systematic risk, which is a risk that affects the overall market instead of just an individual stock. For example, you may have invested in a company that has amazing fundamentals, but if the country's politics is in a big mess and there's a riot all around, you may not see the price of the shares go up, even though the company may have grown their profits significantly that year. It's a risk that is hard to avoid. Now, maybe you've been investing in Malaysia and you like the companies that you're invested in and it brings good returns so far. However, you have concerns over Malaysian currency and the idea of all this political hoo-ha and instability makes you wonder if things are really just gonna go downhill from here. Well, there is a solution. Do you know that there's a common practice among the wealthy people to hold their assets in currencies that are more stable, like Sing dollar or US dollar, in order to preserve the value of their money while growing their wealth? Well, that's something that we can certainly learn from them, even if you're just a normal, average person like me. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by investing in a foreign stock market, like the US stock market or Singapore stock market, or even the China stock market. Well, with that, you will get both asset growth and stability of currency while diversifying the systematic political risk that your country may be facing. And my favorite is certainly the US stock market. I don't just get to invest in the most innovative companies, but I also get the advantage of keeping my money in a more stable currency to preserve its wealth. On top of that, it's an insurance for me, just in case our country's political mess gets worse. And that is why I invest in the US stock market, and I encourage many people that I know to do so as well. But how? Today, investing in foreign stock market, it's much easier and much more affordable. In the past, we had to go through local broker houses and invest through them, which can be really costly. Imagine a minimum brokerage fee of $25 USD per transaction. Geez, if you can only invest 1000 USD, that's already 2.5% just for brokerage fee. And this excludes other fees like trading fees, foreign exchange fees, and so on. And that is why in the past, only those who are very rich can afford to invest in foreign stock market. But now, thanks to the internet, we can easily open an online brokerage account that is regulated by reputable countries and invest at a competitive rate. Take for example, our sponsor for this video, Tiger Brokers. They are regulated by Australia's ASIC, New Zealand, FINRA and SPIC in US, and most importantly, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS. Don't play oh. On top of that, they offer a much more competitive rate for US stock brokerage, which is 1 cent per share or a minimum fee of $1.99 per trade. But what I really like about them is the consolidation of news and community research content that you just need to go to their post tab when you check out a stock, and you'll find many contents there that can be very useful for you when you want to analyze a stock. This makes my life much easier when it comes to researching investment ideas. So why should you invest in US stocks? Well, becoming a shareholder of those technologies that you are using, that's great asset and growth opportunity, and most importantly, diversification from systematic risks. What else are you waiting for? Time to add some US stock into your watch list.